right, hello, welcome in. Just going to get started with some basic housekeeping on the stream right now. First and foremost, anytime we open up the platform, I'm going to go ahead and simply just lock out my risk settings. Keep it nice and simple for you. Lock out risk settings for the day. I'm going to hop over to my Express Top Step account. I'm going to lock out my risk settings for the day right here. So then that way I'm not making any changes. I just stick to the game plan, risk what I'm going to risk. And from there, let's see what else we can do. See if we get some cool setups going. So basically what I want to be doing is just following the same process I follow every single day with getting my accounts nice and tidied up, getting my stream already. And let's see. Oh no, we want this one. Yeah, we'll go with this. So we're going to watch the open, but basically what we do every single day is we come on here, we lock out our risk settings so that way we are ensuring that we're not changing anything and that we stick to good risk management. So today we want to go a little bit slower. Going to take a look at the economic calendar as well, see if we can see anything over here. Economic calendar heading into Thursday. Yeah, there's some job stuff. Cool. It's a little bit of a gap down scenario. I'd be interested to see some of this fill from the push after the bell. Essentially, what I'm thinking happened was I did read, what was it, Bank of America, was there a major buyback or something? Yeah, I think there was earnings on some stuff today. So yeah, Bank of America buying back stock. That was influencing the price a little bit. But yeah, welcome on in. Come on, guys. Go over some basic housekeeping stuff. And then, yeah, we'll get to the trading. So I'm seeing ES actually make a leg down right here. I'd be interested to see some sort of backfill. I'll say that much, at least to this 15-minute gap at 62. So we could even look to take a short, honestly. So again, yeah, just massive push after the bell at Eastern 1 p.m. ish. Or no, that's for me. It's 1 p.m. But yeah, right after the bell. We're going to see if this is going to want to fill back down towards that 15-minute gap. Essentially just an overextension kind of move. A lot of this volume came in at the literal 4 o'clock hour. You can see right here. So my assumption is that we could trade back lower. Going to want to see how this opening range really kind of develops. No need to rush anything just yet. Again, some housekeeping stuff or just getting everything in order. First thing we do when we log on is we go ahead and lock out the risk settings. So we went ahead and did that for both our accounts that we're trading on stream. And now we just sit and kind of wait until we see something develop. Let me know if everything's looking good, if audio sounds good, all that good stuff. $93 to $64. I feel like that's an okay move. This area right here, down to these lows for the fair value gap. I think that'd be a good move. But yeah, we're just going to continue to kind of build on these streams, hit some Asia streams. So I think this is a pretty consistent one I'll be able to do at least an hour a day. That's the goal. I've been going over a little bit lately, but just trying to get the stream nice and on point. If you're not familiar with Top One Futures, you can see I'm trading instant funded account. Here's some info on that. You can check them out, skip the eval. But I also do trade other accounts. I trade a cash account. I trade my Express account right here. But as you can see, I got this nice little graphic. I don't know, I just made that. But yeah, just DTA discount code anytime you want. Best discount available. So there should be some good deals coming up pretty soon, I will say. But yeah, as far as today goes, our goal is simple. Just watch how we develop based on this not overnight, but after hours rally right here. So all of this. Are we going to do anything to backfill? And if so, what can we do to get involved? I do like it. I just want to be too quick on it. A little opening range break for this gap right here. See what I mean? Like that. Can maybe do it. Hmm. Our tick chart's looking like nothing too crazy on the tick chart. So we have our level from the 15-minute right there, the 30-second and the tick chart. So the goal will be to look for that to trade back down to that gap right there from the 15-minute. I'm kind of liking it. Kind of like it. 93, put a stop at, let's see, 8. So then we could put a stop like right here. See if we get to this low, essentially. So that's the thesis. Looking for the gap and go, essentially. So it's your daily open, you gap lower. There's your last close. And then this would be the gap and go. So anywhere in this area. Just let me know how the audio quality is, guys. Trying out a couple things. And if you have any questions or anything, always feel free to ask. But we are looking for the gap and go. That's essentially the trade idea. Trade thesis is going to be based on the gap and go. Boom. Trade thesis is gap and go. So we have the gap lower. We swept out these highs up here, putting my stop essentially just about the gap fill high. With this bit of a displacement leg, yeah, this fair value gap being created right here, this is actually a pretty good entry as well. I'd potentially look to take this one right here, do this one a little bit tighter maybe, and then try it for that. Because I do like this as a fair value gap. I normally don't want to trade a fair value gap by itself in Asia because it's so low liquidity. But I have the bias that price wants to trade back towards that 15-minute gap at least, right? Bullish or bearish. I feel like that's a reasonable area to kind of want to go. However, this is part of the reason why I don't like to trade these gaps by themselves. So I think the stop might get ran right here. Unfortunately, quick stop on that. Wow, really quick stop on that one. So yeah, that's the main reason why I don't like to trade those gaps by themselves. However, we're still going to rock with this original thesis of the gap and go. Maybe we just got our stop ran real quick. Yeah, we're going to reevaluate that one on think we'll probably take the other stop too at this point. It's going a little quick rally. Question is whether or not we're just going to reject this area or if we're actually going to see a deeper retracement. I'd be interested in potentially fading this move on the other account. Looking to re-enter. Yeah, we're above VWAP. I mean, let's see what we're looking at like on the 15-second. I think the problem is I had too much size on that second entry, so I couldn't really do anything. But I do like this. I do like this location. I think maybe we fade it. Hard to say. Hmm. Yeah, this one was just a little heavy. That's the only reason why I got stopped. Hey, welcome back, my man. How you doing, Anto? Welcome back. So yeah, we're just dabbling with this little bit of a gap down, looking to trade back towards that 15-minute fair value gap. We look like on the 5-minute, 5 minutes just like that, 1 minute's like that. So we'll stick with 30-second right here. And we'll look at the 15. Just technical pullback. That's the idea. Just technical pullback to this area. Kind of want to see if I can Try this one again. Put my stop out of the way. Try this one again. So you have two ways to look at this with the gap down. It's either going to try and fill the gap, which is okay, or that push higher was simply just enough to just shake me out. Because honestly, that entry down here was a little poor. Wasn't my favorite entry. So when I see our push up super aggressive, I'm of the mindset that we could be just trying to fake people out with that. And that sweep back into the gap is a pretty good area to engage. It's kind of better to trade the failure of a push in Asia than anything else. Mm. I don't like that higher low on VWAP. Look at this on VWAP. You see it? See that right there? Not a good signal for my trade. I'd want to see it just immediately cut through VWAP, start to invalidate that bullish gap. Ew, not my favorite. Not my favorite. It's all good. It's all good. Sometimes when markets are out of balance, they kind of just get stuck. You get stuck going one way. So even though you want a technical trade, it might not give it to you. It might just want to force your hand out of the trade. Yeah, look at that. Not loving this. Sort of line of defense right here. We had good momentum in the beginning. That first little wiggle, that was good. And then it just completely reversed. Thought this was a nice little short signal right here with the fair value gap, and it just proved itself to be wrong. So we'll see if this takes the stop. See if it takes the stop right here. We're gonna be open-minded today. We'll see what presents itself. Five-minute a little tricky. See what we have 30 seconds till the close. So ideally we close with a top wick of some sort for us to then trade lower. High, lower high. Now we need to make lower low and then lower lows. We need lower lows through the entire session. We had a nice little doji right here. I'm not too certain it means that it's bearish, but it is a good start. By itself, it means really nothing. However, context is what we need. It's important to know what we've just done recently. We've kind of dug back into all of this up here, these important highs. I didn't really think we'd trade back up to here, but it looks like we are clearly willing to. We didn't clear these, but ES definitely did. ES definitely did clear those highs. So yeah, anywhere in this area. So anywhere you could go midpoint of the gap for this 15-minute zone. You could use like the middle. That'd be an okay target. If you're being crazy, you could do the bottom. I don't really care for the bottom. I'd probably take it off at the middle. The idea is we actually get the range breakdown. Hmm. 30-second looks all right. Looks all right. Top wicks right here. Probably get rid of the zone. That thing blew us out of the water right here. But I like this. I think it looks good. I mean, there's your bottom of the range. You do have these lows right here, relatively equal lows. So that's kind of a drawn liquidity as well. What was that, 27? Yeah, it's kind of nice. Yeah, 5 minute right there. So yeah, the idea is to watch for this range breakdown. Watch for the range breakdown. $30 kind of king right here. 100 ticks pretty good. 5 minutes still setting up. 5-minute context is what we're trading. We're trading a 15-minute level. The 5-minute context is right here. You see you're consecutively running out highs, gap down, push lower. Okay, we're starting to get some movement. Again, while we're in a range, it'll just sweep high to low. So we just need it to materialize below the range, and then we could see that continuation. We've seen one leg. You're seeing one leg anywhere near the 637 or 367 right here. Anywhere near 367 with any sort of aggression, we'll be willing to just rip it off. Keep it simple. See if we make this look a little different. Change it up for a bit. Get it like this. Okay, cool. We get this level. So we're looking to trade back down here. And let's see. Something like this. Cool. We go full screen with it. Doesn't look too bad. And we could go 30-second right here. So yeah, the premise is looking for this range to break down to trade back towards some of this after hours tomfoolery. You get all these lows right here. I like them. I think if we gap here out of that consolidation, we can roll a couple legs. Right here is good though. It's a lot of volume that happened right here. You can see it. So you get a little lump right here, a little lump right here, and then right here as well. So we just had to kind of work towards it. Yeah, let me know what setup you guys like best for charts, what looks best on stream. I can do a few different arrangements of all this good stuff, all the levels of the charts. Bring it back to what we're used to though, something like this. Pretty nice for me. So I do have one target or one partial set at like the 67 area. Okay, yeah, a little hard to see that way. How you doing, buddy? This one's good, solid. Welcome in. So yeah, cracking some Asia trades right now. We'll see how this goes. New York's been pretty nice. Like today was pretty clean, I thought. We'll be I should be on stream tomorrow for New York. I missed it today, but I think it'll be on for tomorrow. I think I could even have the comments pop up here if I want. Nice. So 2 positions, Express account, 150K, and then we have our instant funded account. This entry is a little bit better after I got ragdolled the first time. So I got smoked out of the water right there, got in again on that consolidation. And now we're just looking for the range breakdown. Trying to see if this little box will hold under that top, consolidation right there. So we just wiggle lower. Every day during New York. Dang. Okay. Yeah, we'll be doing these at least the opening hour. It's honestly what I like doing too, is when I sit down, just locking out the risk settings. So that way I don't have to worry about anything in the morning. You can use like this time to get ready for the next day because it counts for 24 hours. But yeah, I got a new mic set up. Lighting's on point. Trying to get the stream going pretty well. Alrighty, let's see this. Looking for these to be broken. I really do like the entry here on this account. I think this was a really good entry against this New Day gap. The New Day gap is looks like it's pretty comparable. Yeah, it's about the same as the full size contract. Yeah. Alrighty, so let it work. Let it work. Take a glance at our VWAP, see where we're at. See, we are below VWAP. It's pretty flat right now, obviously. Just the session just started, of course. But we would like to see us stay under this VWAP. Hmm. 57. Hopefully soon we'll be doing some more music on here and try to get that worked out, get some custom music done. For now, we do have a little bit of this. Some of the default music from here. It's not too bad. Hardly been on the charts. Asia, yeah. I mean, actually been some crazy moves in Asia. Yesterday, there was a Bank of Japan deal with Trump. So that kind of went crazy for a minute, ran up a bunch, sold off again. There's been crazy moves overnight. Like it's not like, completely insane stuff, but it's still pretty decent trading opportunity. So like, look at something like VIX. VIX is pretty low right now. And we're talking, yeah, VIX is like just dying. So it's not going to be all that volatile. Looks like we're pulling back towards our entry. Yeah, we might be getting the reversal here. We'll see. So the failure to make new lows really did kind of, shoot us in the foot. But yeah, if we do scroll back here, I mean, yeah, this move that was in Asia, not too bad. Then you had like this move that's like during London. Yesterday, we were trying for this, I believe. So there was like a big rally right here. This happened in like 1 minute. It was like a big 1 minute candle. And then ultimately it sold off. It just rallied up just a little bit high. So you could have almost had this whole short overnight. It just got you by a couple points. So this not reaching this low though is pretty surprising to me. I'll say that. 15 is not looking great for us. It's kind of difficult to be short if they're not closing near the low. You're not getting heavy closes. So this one we have a wider stop on. So this one we might be able to either mitigate or just hang on to. If it looks like it's going to run the stop, it's probably going to run the stop. It's kind of what I've been noticing with Asia. Yeah, 5 minute does not look bearish right now. Those wicks, really, it's just this wick right here and then this wick. I needed this one to close weaker, and then now we got this whole candle right here that just opened up and has went straight up since. So we'll monitor it versus this gap below. That's our line in the sand, really. I have my stop above the midpoint of the gap. I could technically put my stop up here, but I mean, with 8 contracts, I'll just leave it right here. I don't necessarily want to put it up here. We're watching to see if this forms a higher low right here, then breaks that for the higher high. But if not, you know, these are going to be your best ads for this range. It's kind of small so far, right? We're talking 10 points. But, you know, you just up the size a little bit. The structure itself seems inherent to have some sort of reversal type move. That's why I'm trading it. Hey, how you doing? Do I make analysis videos? I mean, yeah, I do occasionally. I'll do trade breakdowns. Not every day. I'm streaming right now. I'm streaming pretty consistently though. So if you're interested in seeing stuff done live, I would just watch the streams for sure. So welcome in everybody. I know there's a lot of heads that rotate through it, in and out, a lot of faces, new people. So we're trading our 150K instant funded account and our 150K express account with Top Step. Might switch it up next week. We'll see. Maybe trade some other accounts I got. But right now we're just chipping away at these. Took an early stop here. Just not my favorite entry based on Asia. I was looking for a continuation short with the gap. It faked me out, got me, re-entered here, and now it's holding so far. Need this to hold as a resistance level. Want it back below VWAP under these lows, and we can be starting to cook. 30 minute. Let's see what we got. You see what I mean? There's just a lot of there's a lot of this, a lot of expansion. So some sort of natural pullback. Doesn't need to come down to 327. It can come to 360. Something though. Something for us to get long against, essentially. That's how I'm thinking about it. We just don't want to see this hold like that. I want to see it go. Yeah, as always, just trying to make the stream better, improve the quality, add new features, make it nicer to look at. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, feel free to let me know. But yeah, we got top 1 futures if you're looking to get funded. Got this card, also set up this one. Thought this was pretty cool. Got a pop-up little Windows 7 action. So you could get funded. Top 1 futures, DTA is my discount code. If it makes sense for you. If it makes sense for you, feel free to get an account. But as it currently stands, we are just pushing along. Okay, back towards range low. Don't panic, guys. This is not a drill. We're back towards the range lows. It's not enough to make it to range low. We have to break the range low. This is not New York. We can leave lows untouched. New York will run them. Here it could just leave these and then just go higher from now on. So we want to see a break. It's a natural pullback. That's all we're looking for. A natural move back into the range. So now back to the middle of the range. Again, VWAP's holding. No surprise there so far. It's really no surprise. This could kind of wiggle back and forth for a little bit. And it's already set the opening 30-minute range. So the question is, where is it going to go? I don't necessarily... I mean, we'll watch it. I don't necessarily like it too much right now. Trim the stop a little bit. Yeah, look at this 5 minute. It's really kind of just holding its base. If you look from this swing low to this swing high, just holding 50% of this last price leg, 50% right here. Interesting. How long have I been trading props? I've been trading prop firms for I don't know, like 2 years. Payouts, I mean, yeah, you get payouts here and there. They come, they go. Some seasons I get a lot more payouts than others. Sometimes I have slower months in trading. I'll say since it's been a bit of a slower quarter. I moved into a new home in like, what was that, April or May? So it's just been an adjustment. I've just been kind of a little bit not dialed in as much. So yeah, but that's just the reality of it. There's some times where you'll be super on point, whether it's at the gym or trading. And then there's certain times where like life just kind of comes up and you're busy with other stuff that's a little more important than, maximizing payouts. But I mean, yeah, a payout, it only seems, that stuff only seems like impossible or whatever when you're first starting. It's pretty reasonable to get paid trading. You just have to do stuff that works. You do stuff that's repeatable. You bet, like, you don't over bet on any single idea, and you give yourself enough room to be wrong with grace. So should be working on, let's see. Yeah, we should probably have a couple in August. I probably won't pull anything this month. Just leave it alone, but yeah. August should probably pull some stuff out. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really try to go too in depth with what I'm like making or pulling out or anything like that, because I trade different accounts, different prop firms. I trade a cash account. I have long-term portfolios, but it doesn't really benefit me to be like, oh yeah, I made this amount. It's like, I'll show you sometimes, I'll show you the trades, but yeah, it's no benefit for me to be like, oh, look how much I made. It doesn't matter. Some people like doing it. I'm kind of indifferent. I feel like it just is a little too much headache sometimes. But I do like showing people how I trade. Like, this is what I do. Right, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking for this range to break to the downside. I feel like it's a natural move for that 15 minute. Again, what we're looking at. We have this big after hours move right here. It's kind of notated. Get rid of these orange lines right here and right here. So I feel like this is a natural move down to here. This would be an extreme move. And that's kind of what I'm looking at. I'll tell you this though, if you are going to use a prop firm, if you're new, start with an eval. Obviously start with like a 50K account. Yeah, and if you could pass the 50K account, just trading it, like try to trade it for like 10 days. You could trade, if you could pass it with 10 days of trading, yeah, you get payouts. There's no issue. Like, I have a 150K account. I passed in like 15 days. I didn't do it in 2 days on purpose. Like, you know what I mean? So if you could pass a 150K account, it's $9,000 in a month. Like, you can kind of do the math on how well someone can trade. Because it's the same thing, it's the same execution, same fills. Nothing changes between a combine and an express account. But if you are a little bit more experienced with trading, definitely consider instant funded accounts. Saves you some time. It's a 150K instant funded account, code DTA, as always. All right, we're now back towards the range low. Hopefully we get this move out of this consolidation. Finally, right? Fourth time's a charm, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe spoke too soon. Still hugging that 50% of this last leg right here. So again, low, high, 50%. I want to see that breakthrough. I would say best thing you could do for prop firms is bet some sort of decent amount of size. Don't trade super small and give it enough room. Don't have a super tiny stop, because it's easier to be kind of right than to be like exactly right. You know, if I had my stop like one candle above whatever I entered on, maybe I get stopped out 3 times. What's the point in that? I could just put it somewhere higher and not have to worry about it. And I could just be wrong once. Like, I could rather be really wrong than maybe wrong. So yeah, if you're new to prop firms though, definitely do the evals, take your time with it. If you try to rush the eval, you're going to think that getting payouts is impossible, but literally just slow trade one. And then when you do finally get the account, don't worry about, you know, something like Top Step. It's like, oh, 5 days, you pull out X amount. It's like, you're going to just destroy your drawdown. Don't do that. Trade it for 30 days or whatever. Get your everyday payout. Do that. Or do, you know, especially with the instant funded accounts, you start with the funding. So you have a consistency rule. You have to trade it already longer, which is better for you. Like in theory, it's better for you. You're going to hold your account longer if you don't overtrade. You set trade limits, profit targets, all that good stuff. But you can see right here on this account, personal daily loss limit right here, $1,000. And this one right here, personal daily loss limit, it's also $1,000. Oh no, it's not showing. So we're kind of breaking the range low, right, guys? Kind of. If you're enjoying the stream, if you've been enjoying the stream since we've been started, definitely leave a like. Let me know that you like the stream. Let the algorithm know that you're enjoying this type of trading, laid back, showing you the thought process, the wins, the losses, the everything in between. This will be a quick stream. I could feel it. I can feel it in my bones. It's gonna be a quick one. So we need the move under the range low. And we're gonna just target this swing, and then we'll leave some sort of runner. Maybe not, right? Like we might take it off really quick. Like I said, speed into the target, we're flattening. It's real feisty. Under the range low, kind of stabbing higher. This could be the one that goes for our stop. So never let your guard down in Asia. You guys notice one of the main things I do is I'll just cycle time frames. Also, I'll have higher time frames on another screen right here. So that's like a big thing you can always be doing, is just cycling time frames. Go over here, pull up, keep our 15s here. Somewhat drifting lower, right? It's really this price leg we're concerned with. Same with this one right here. Let's make it like this. Okay, cool. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we should be under view up. Looks like it. Yeah, it looks like we're under view up right now for the time being. Very nice. We just need to break 50%, this equilibrium of this previous price leg right here, because this thing is kind of keeping us all bogged down. So when you break this right here, we rallied, rejected, rallied, was a little weaker, rejected, rallied, weaker, rejected. Now we're holding below view up for hopefully this move down to here. There's that push towards low a day. Not quite there yet. We have this swing point right here, and we have this final low right here. But it does look like full size NQ contract Yeah, the full size contract is approaching low a day. So that is worth noting. Look right here, see NQ itself. That is near low a day. So it looks like we're breaking low a day. We're looking to get the exit at 64, then hold a runner, and then we'll play it by ear on the other account. Still holding your entry at 392. Nice. Nice. Yeah, if you can tell, Mike, it's a slower trade for Asia, but it's also, if you just trade it a little differently, it's not that stressful. You widen the stop, you care less about it, you allow it to kind of wiggle, and then you have a better time versus trying to micromanage it. I used to always try to micromanage, have the smallest stop humanly possible, but now I'm like, yeah, I'll just put it up here. I mean, realistically, I could put it up here if it wasn't, my entry wasn't so low. If it was like right here, I'd put it higher. It's still fighting for this 50%, this equilibrium of that leg. So let's hop down to the 30-second chart. Let's see some magic. Ladies and gentlemen, we should be seeing the range low break really soon. As we approach this 15-minute candle close, I would be surprised to see it not happen. I believe on the candle close, we'll try it on the next candle to go lower. Here we are, next 15-minute candle. Will we get the breakthrough low a day? Two positions, same trade, two positions, two accounts. That's what we're looking at today. Here we are. Are we going to see the move through low a day? What do you guys think? You think we're coming down? Or are we going to get stuck? I think it's going to happen. I do. I really do. But you know, everyone says they don't want to jinx themselves. Who cares? Jinx yourself. You got to believe in something, right? I do think it wants to at least go for the low. At least. You could probably move the stop pretty soon. Something like, I mean, we probably move the stop right now a little bit, just because I don't think it should trade back to the high and still be a good trade. Look at this 15-minute though. See what we're talking about? We're on this next 15-minute candle that just opened. We were saying we'd think that we would look to see the drift lower. So if we could break prior 15-minute low, good. That's step one. And then step two would be that initial opening 1-minute low. If we could break those two, we have a good chance to run for this level right here, which will get us half of our position off the trade. And then after that, we can look to hold for potentially a runner for the remainder down lower. I do too. I think it's a slow trade today. I think maybe we do get one snap lower, right? Like I do think we do get that. Maybe put it like right there. Let's see. 65, 236 or 215. Yeah, I think that's good. So we broke one 15-minute low. We need to break this final low, this low a day, for the micro NQ contract. See if we just keep slow trading. We trailed the stop just a little bit, pretty much above that most prominent swing point. And I think we did the same thing on our other position. Yeah, I mean, we could even tighten this one a little bit. So 1 minute chart. The only thing we have to worry about is one of those FU candles from Asia, where it just goes bink, takes you out of the trade. Still early in the session. Absolutely. Absolutely. Volume absolutely comes in closer to that 8 Eastern. 8 Eastern is really the true Asia Open. Like that's when Asia's open. This is just like the settlement time, where it's the new day, the new daily candle. But it's not necessarily the new session, if you get what I mean. Midnight as well. A lot of moves happen around midnight open for Eastern. 3 a.m. Eastern as well for London. Here we are. Let's see the push, guys. Let's see the push. Can we do it? I think we can do it. We're just looking for the break low a day. That is going to be 380 for the micro NQ contract. We want to see that break low a day. If you're enjoying the stream so far, leave a like. If you like seeing this live commentary trade breakdown as it plays out, leave a like. It's greatly appreciated. It goes a long way. Or so I'm told. I really don't know. ES seems to be relatively weak right now, which is interesting, I guess. See ES kind of leading the way. What's ES looking like? It doesn't look like much on the 1 minute, but the 15 definitely looks interesting. The 5 minute looks interesting. It's clearly below low a day by a good amount. What's going on here? Just slow trading, I guess. I'm going to be mindful of any sort of consolidation at these lows, just because I've seen it happen too many times lately where it just rallies right there. So we'll be mindful, but we're just rocking with it. Let it work. I think. It's consecutive lower highs, but it's like flattening out, if that makes sense. It's like kind of rattling. Yeah, absolutely. Asia is a good session to just kind of leave it alone in terms of just not touching it. Yep, you just set it and forget it. I like doing that, honestly. Like if it, especially if it's going like into the night, I don't really look at it. I'm just gonna let it work. So we're gonna want to see this kind of break low day really soon. Don't want it to flatten out right here. But I do plan on keeping this a shorter stream, so we'll get off pretty much a little after the hour. Hopefully we get a push and we'll try to call it there. Here's the thing. It's like, we're up like $70 right here. At low a day, we're probably up, I don't know, what is this? $196. So even if we do run low a day, we can just take it off at low a day too. That's a good trade. We only risk like 200 on this, so it's not like we have to go for a bigger target. We have the ability to take it off at 1-to-1. That's fine. There's no rule that says you have to hold for 5R, 3R. You can take it off. So I'm not saying I can't hit those trades. I've done it plenty of times. I've had some crazy risk reward trades. Post in the Discord. You guys, anybody in there, they've seen me risk like nothing and make some crazy moves, but you don't have to do that. You take it off at 1R if you want. It's all about what makes sense in the moment and ultimately what plays out better over the long term. So if this is grindy at the lows, like you have a couple options. You can either take it off here, give it room to work, or once it gives you a nice exaggerated push, you could take it off. I'm more looking for any sort of speed through the lows. Just kill the trade. Just cut it. We're almost there, almost at the lows. Just some sort of speed through the lows and we'll flatten. This one's almost good enough to be break even, you know? I could technically probably get away with this. It's just the moment I say something about it, that's when my stop gets ran, trust me. So this one we can maybe be break even at 96. And I mean, what are we targeting on this? 600? I don't know. We'll see. Probably get this at 400. So we're risking like $100 now. 116 bucks, 120 bucks. We'll see if our stop gets ran. But I'm looking for new low a day real quick. Hoping this is the breakdown structure, not the trap for the longs right here to then, you know, take place. Yeah, as soon as we start thinking about it, it starts getting a little squirrely. So we'll see. Maybe we set it for 400 on both. I think that makes sense. 400 and 400. Looks like it's starting to want to get squirrely. New hour coming up. So we'll try to hold through the new hour. And then from there, after that new hourly candle opens, we'll really kind of decide what our game plan is from there. Try to be done with the stream just around that time. So, I mean, we got to really step it up, Asia. NASDAQ, you got to show me what you're made of. Otherwise, I'm not trying to hang around. If we're not getting the move that we were looking for, the gap and go. If it gapped and didn't go, then there's no point in sticking around. So we'll see if we can get the low a day, aim for down here, call it on any sort of strength of that sell-off potential. Alrighty, so this is the equilibrium of that previous price leg that we've talked about. From down here to right here, this is the 50%. So if we can hold below this, it's a good indication. It's kind of where we've been referencing all day. If you look at it, it's kind of been bouncing back and forth on this 50%. So the idea would be for us to then form this lower high, make a lower low through the session, aim for that 65, really try to get that stretch into the lows. Here's our 15-minute. Still no range expansion. Very clear, it's consolidating. It's a new hour. We'll see if we get some volume, some volatility to pop in. These markets for Asia, given there's low liquidity, they will go from relatively stagnant to really active in a matter of a couple minutes. So there's beauty in different types of markets. They don't all need to go fast. They don't all need to be crazy. You can make money if you understand how ranges work. If we're consolidating, the idea is that we eventually will change that mode and start to see some sort of stretch, some sort of expansion. Your job is just to not get whacked out of the trade. If you can hang on for that move, then you have a profitable strategy. Doesn't mean it works all the time. This trade can easily look for the new high a day, fill the gap. But I'm more inclined to think that we do break down. However, I'm losing motivation the longer it consolidates. So we have 15 seconds. We'll see this new hour candle. We'll see if we can get some sort of move, and we'll go from there. Here we are, starting to push. Not loving these wicks right here. Not loving that last close and not loving this. So we need to see it either quickly just top wick and then go, or we'll maybe look to mitigate. Yeah, not great. Not a great 15-minute close. Really puts us in a tricky spot. The 5-minute as well is not my friend at the moment. We'll see. We have these two swings. We broke below. Now the question is, can we hold below? Maybe we got to change up the tunes, change up the pace. Is there some sort of like you would want to see this as the breakdown right here. However, the longer it holds right here, the less confident I am that it wants to make a new low. I'm more likely thinking it's going to run for the highs if it takes all that much longer. Clear up some levels. Yep. Let's see what we got. Get our trusty tick chart open. Tick seems pretty comparable to the minute chart, so it's not extravagant volume right now. Let's see, 6. It's a little faster, I think. Yeah, it's definitely faster. If we can get the breakthrough low a day, then we can look to exit this position into any sort of strong selling. That's the goal. Remember, we had a gap down. We're trading inside of this after hours rally. I'm assuming this is largely to do with a lot of potentially earnings. Maybe there's something Trump said as well, but I do remember seeing banks, start to report certain buybacks and all that. So those types of moves, they influence the market. These are indexes. They're composed of stocks. So when stocks move on earnings, on news, index follows. Looking for the breakthrough low a day. That's all we need. Break through the 380 area. 380 on the, right there. So we're looking for 380. If we can get breakthrough 380, we are in the driver's seat. However, this is one of two positions. We're also open here on our Top 1 Futures instant funded account. 150K. If you're new to prop firms, definitely check out doing some sort of eval, pass it. But once you're, got some experience under your belt, consider doing instant funded accounts. Saves you some headaches, saves you some time. No need to worry about passing combines over and over. Real resistant at the lows. Real resistant. So it'd be 732 here and about 400 bucks there. Say 400 bucks, yeah. I think it's about cooked, honestly. With how long it's taking to break the lows, I'm unsure if it wants to. I'm starting to think it does not want to make a new low. So where, this is where Asia really gets its kind of, what is it known for? It's where Asia's known to range. So a lot of times you'll see it spring off of these lows and then just make a new high like that. It's from sweep to sweep. But nevertheless, we're trying the gap down, the gap and go. It's gapped. It rejected the gap. It just hasn't gone. So give it a little more time, but probably looking to wrap it up. It's just a kind of a no cigar type of trade. Telling you though, any push below these lows, we are looking to take profit. Honestly. What would this be? 300? Yeah, this thing's done for. I can feel it. The good old Asia range, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Asia range coming into play. Stop set at the highs, so if it's going to pick up, it's going to stop us at the highs. I could give it a couple more ticks. I don't need to have it at the highs, but I need it to start moving. I don't really want to babysit it if it's not going to work right now. Yeah, it's probably going to take the stop. All right. So it's starting to pick up momentum. And notice how it's going to start to displace really fast. That's what it's been doing. So when it wants to go for the stop, it'll just really run for it. Just like really run for it. On any sort of weakness back into the low towards the lows, I will trail the stop tighter to mitigate. assuming that I do not believe I don't believe it's going to work, obviously. But if it does start to pull back, I will remove risk for that reason. Going short at any given time, I think, is worthless. I would agree with you. That sounds worthless. Any given time, yeah, there's no reason to short any given time. However, there's no problem with taking a trade if you have some sort of logic behind it. So my thoughts were we needed to pull back into this 15-minute gap. Seems reasonable. It's an area where I would like to get long at, and it just hasn't done that. So it's called trading, you know? You make a bet based on your best judgment. Doesn't mean you have to be right. But yeah, to say short, I primarily am a long bias trader. I've just been shorting a little more this week. So only difference doesn't really matter, you know? If the trade doesn't work, it's just it's just one trade. There's a million other trades. So flatten this right here. So here's that ramp. So if we're not going to go lower, we're now looking at what we're going to do versus this gap. This is the question. It could be an early stop right here, and then it still works, but we'll just watch it. Pop, pop, pop. All right, so now it's a matter of just watching what we do with this gap, right? So all we can do is watch what we're going to do with this gap, whether we actually fill it to the top side, or if we just simply return back into the range. We could short it. We have reason to believe that it would be a good short. It's holding at the range high. Pulling into this fair value gap, though. That's the only issue. Right here. I'm okay with that. I maybe stop again right here. We'll see. Yeah, I just might want to validate this gap. It's all good. It's interesting to say because there has been some good short moves this last week. However, they happen so peculiarly. They happen at very odd times and in very odd sequences. So, yeah. Yeah, this might just want to hold for the long. Yeah, we might cut this right here. We'll see. It's hard because Asia, yes, it is. Like, yes, this is a big, strong move if you want to look at it by itself. But Asia has the tendency to want to fade these moves. So even though, yes, I wanted to take the stop here for a couple $100, when it starts to stall out here, I'm interested in potentially trying to short it, potentially. Because what comes fast goes fast. Easy come, easy go with this. However, it looks like it's going to hold this right here. So we'll see. Take a look at the daily chart, see what we're doing. Yesterday, we closed yesterday's candle above the previous daily high. Then we have this daily high right here to the left. So We do have a drawn liquidity to the upside. I'm just interested to see if we do any sort of backfill first, because if we're going to be bullish on the day, we should form some amount of wick, right? We'll see. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I never make money shorting because shorts, they move fast and they always get pumped even faster. Yeah, it really does depend. Like, there's a few ways to look at it. When markets move to the downside, they move more. They move bigger to the downside, especially with the index. So if you look back to like February and April, or like March, February, there was like big ranges, and you can make a lot of money shorting. But the market predominantly goes up. If you look at like a monthly chart, we've just been going up. So it makes more sense to be a net buyer. However, I'm just looking at what we've been doing lately. And to me, it really does feel like there's going to be some sort of pullback into just something down here at some point. So that's what I'm kind of keeping an eye on. I'm starting to kind of consider the fact, like, yeah, I'm maybe a little bit biased, a little bit, right? I don't think I'm misguided in my shorts, but I could be just simply seeing a little bit off. So I'm coming to that awareness. However, there's been moves to substantiate what I'm thinking. So that's the other side of it. Do I want to add to this thing? Let's see. I guess. Okay, we'll double down. Out of this trade. Take it down to here. So 500 level getting breached early in the morning and then a drop back low. Yeah, 500 could get ran. It's not that far away. Really, it's really not. I'm gonna charge my mouse. I'm looking for the rejection of this new day gap. I want to see this trade through the session lows. That's it. I want to see it come down here, give us some sort of structure to then trade higher from. Because to me, I just see this. I just see this right here. If we look at like this without any levels, I don't think it stays right here. I think it trades into this area. Unless it really just wants to ramp it and then come back for it later, which is, that's the other scenario. But we'll give it one last shot with this trade right here. One last shot. We have a tight stop at 405. Yeah, 405 on both. And we'll just look to profit into new low days. The new low day area. You have these relatively equal lows on the 1 minute right here. Down here. Anything in this area would be good. It's better to get long from down here. Yeah, I mean, there's a million ways to look at it, That's the cool thing about trading. You can see a pattern and then it works out. But you can also see the same pattern and then the pattern fails. You know what I mean? This could easily be that pattern you're talking about, but it could also be one of the examples of that pattern not working. But it doesn't make anything right or wrong. Patterns are only an element to it. All we're doing is just making bets on where do we think it's going to go. I personally want to see it go lower so that it could go higher. Like, I'd want to see it pull back to like the midpoint of this area so then it could go higher tomorrow. Don't like how it's testing VWAP like that, so we'll see. Let's wait a second. See if it goes down. My main thesis is really that we're rejecting this gap, the gap down. I want to see it hold below that, and then, yeah, we'll be good. But we're keeping the risk tight, just on the chance that we might be wrong. We're not trying to overcommit if the bias isn't really playing out the way we want it to. I like the trade, so I'll try it one last time, and then I will go enjoy my evening. Especially now, if this 5-minute gap inverts, then it really does look good. Because we did get like the sweep above these highs right here. Right here. So if we can invert right here, that'd be money. I think this might have been just enough of a move for then it to just slice through low a day. I mean, realistically, it should not make a new high before it goes lower, so it should just drift. We need to lose VWAP though, so we're dropping. A little more. Let's see it. Here we are, a little more. Let's get a 30-second here. Boom. PC config. I want a MacBook Pro M1. I don't really like PC. So Mac's great for trading, especially a lot of the web-based brokers. I don't have any issue. I have an external monitor, a big one. I have no issue with anything. I might do a Mac Studio, but I do like having a MacBook, so I might just do a bigger MacBook. 49-inch monitor, nothing crazy though. You know, I started with just basic computer and you just get whatever you need over time, but I like Mac. It works better for me. I do a lot of like editing and stuff too, so it's kind of better for that. I don't play games or anything, so. All right, we're seeing it start to slide, right? Stops at the swing high right here. I could probably put out 402 right here on both. It's minimizing risk as it starts to slide. New 5-minute candle right here. Let's see it. Just one last rejection of the opening gap. We'll see. Yeah, we'll just get it to slide real quick and then we'll go enjoy the rest of our day. If you guys are liking the stream so far, leave a like. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. We're trading the opening range break for the Asia session. Right now, we saw a big push, got trailed of our initial position, saw it kind of holding here, decided to re-enter, and now we're looking for the continuation lower. Mention gold. Take a look at gold. Pull up some gold. I know gold's been really, really strong. Metals have been strong. Copper's trading at its all-time highs. So yeah, GC, it's just in this upper portion of the range. We're back into this daily fair value gap. You know, market structure shifts on the daily. So we could look to trade through here. I mean, gold higher makes sense. It absolutely does. Gold trades a little different for me. It was a good move today. That's for sure. Underside of VWAP, let's see if we can reject this and now break this consolidation. Hopefully this was just our little Judas swing. Use this as the order block if we do break through. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And taking a quick look back at commodities. We'll look at HG right here. Got copper killing it. Copper all-time highs. Yeah, literally. Boom. Silver's pitiful. No, silver's stepping up a little bit. New low day is all we need. All we need, baby. New low day. We got in on the sweep. Look for the rejection right here. So got in up here. This is a rejection of the new day gap. And we are looking for the continuation under low day. Holding below VWAP right now. We can see that long gold 395. Let's see where you at on gold. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty extreme move under these lows right here as well. Could easily be a good long. Could be for sure. 95, 3 points of profit. That's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Alrighty, we want to see this move. No more nonsense. No more nonsense. I think it's gonna have some more nonsense. Yeah, look at this. It's just stuck. Stuck in range. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, this is the last trade right here that we're just kind of giving it our best shot. See if it's gonna break a low a day, take it off into some sort of strong momentum. We know where our downside targets are. They're based on this 15-minute fair value gap. If we want to hold it past that, we do have these equal lows right here. Those are like right here, if you can see. So I make that clear. So these are your equal lows on the 1 minute right here. Relatively equal. So that's our final target, if you will. I just needed to break the Asia consolidation. You can see right here. Yeah, that final target would be like right here. Doesn't mean we'll hold for that or anything like that, but we just need to see this move through lows. I think I get pretty close to taking a break even at this point. Just because I need this to like make or break pretty soon. New 5-minute candle. So we'll reduce risk a little bit just because we can, I believe. And we also need this thing to hurry up so we'd be done for the day. So cool, we're starting to see a push. I'm literally gonna put a break even. I don't think it'll backfire on me, honestly. At this point, I need it to break low a day. Just like really quick. It's under this 5-minute gap. My stop's above the 5-minute gap. Like, it really needs to give me something to work with. It can't just keep sweeping. I'm not going to give it all the risk. We have 4 minutes left on the 30-minute candle. Topping tail on the 30-minute candle I'm seeing. Let's just see it materialize under the lows. Under the lows, guys. Let's take it home, baby. Let's go. If you're liking what you're seeing so far, if you enjoy hanging out, chill stream, leave a like. We'll be doing giveaways very, very soon. I will probably have the first bit of info on that tomorrow. Get everything all nice and ready for everybody. Give away some just accounts, maybe some other stuff in the future. We give away some prop firm accounts, some cool stuff. Yeah, we need this to not hold at low a day. We need it to start to make lower lows, not hold this previous consolidation. Our stops in profit because we think this defining move right here is a rejection of VWAP for us to then trade through here. And if it's not, then I'm over it because this is a break and retest right here. So just make up our mind. Little miss NQ. Here we are for NQ. We'll pull up the 30-minute, boom, 30-minute chart. You see that topping tail? Let's just see that kind of materialize lower. Let's get our ES up here as well, 30-minute. Yeah, you can see topping tail. Let's just get it down to the ground. 2.5 minutes till the next 30-minute candle. There you go. Yeah, 90 bucks. Boom. 100 bucks. There you go. Call it a day. That's how you do it sometimes, you know, just take the money where you can. Just take the money where you can. It's either that or you have to like really detach. Like for me, I'm I'm not surprised. I'm only, I guess, only a little surprised with how long it's taking. Really thought we would get the breakdown right here, but if it happens now, then it's perfectly fine. It's a slow trade. We know it's a slow trade. We enjoy slow trades sometimes. It'll make the expansion easier, hopefully. Minute and a half till the next 30-minute candle. Really hoping for that next leg lower on this next 30-minute candle. Trying to be done quick. Trying to be done quick. To me, there's no harm in this trade. I'm already break even on the trade. If it doesn't go, I want to be out of the trade. And, you know, like I'm okay with this trade. I do think it's a good move. I've been confident in this bias to see the downside. I think we can trade towards that 15-minute gap. Somewhere in there. I don't know where, right? Somewhere in that gap. What I'll do when we break low a day, if we're able to, I'll just trail it aggressively prior bar. So that equilibrium, there's NQ low a day. Here's our structure. $30-minute candle's about to close. Let's see it. Let's see it. You guys can see the 30-minute candle right here. That's what we're looking at. $113 on 3 accounts. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Especially when you're just dabbling, messing with this stuff. Never want to go too heavy on the sizing. Makes it carefree when you can hit size down. Don't love that 5-minute candle. I will say that. All right. So we'll be wrapping up in like 5 minutes. Let's see it break low a day, ideally. Always cycling time frames. Just looking at a different perspective. Looks kind of bullish right here. No? Right? I think so. We might be getting taken out of the trade. We'll see. We shall see. See if VWAP can save the day. This thing might be cooked. Yeah, so no follow through. Looks like it. Let's see if VWAP holds, but I don't think there's any follow through right now. So definitely thanks for everybody checking out the stream. Guess we got trailed on one of them. Did I have that tighter or something? What's going on? Oh, did it just barely miss me on this one? Okay, so we got trailed on one, and it looks like we're about to get trailed on the second. Yeah, we'll call it there for now. Let's see, can we get it out of this trade? Watch it work after just taking me. That's crazy. I didn't know how it got me. So we're down, what, $200 on this account, and this other one's like $100. Yeah, this other one's like $100. I will start probably maybe tomorrow. We'll do maybe tomorrow for New York. I have in the past. I just gotta get back to it. All right, so we got trailed out of one, and the other one's like right behind it. I guess I didn't get hit out on both. Kind of funny. It'll be really funny if it works too. So but yeah, we'll be wrapping things up in just a few moments. We'll kind of let this work, kind of start closing up shop. So thank you everybody for coming and hanging out. If you have not left a like already, and if you like the stream, definitely leave a like. It helps YouTube tell people who might like it as well. So I've been told. Yeah, I think we'll be wrapping it up there. It looks like it's going to get stopped, break even. So Stride the range breakdown never happened, not yet at least. So till next time, guys, take care, enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll see you soon. Later.